Everyone. Today we're doing lesson 7.3, which will be solving two-step inequalities. As you remember, last week we wrote inequalities. Just a few things I want to go over before we get into the notes here. For today, we're doing Khan Academy again. So I've listed the assignments in there. Um, I cannot assign them to you until you sign up for an account. So please go back if you did not make an account to lesson 7.1, and there's the URL to sign up. You need that URL, otherwise it will not. Your account won't attach to my account as a student teacher. So you need to go back there, sign up if you didn't, and you need to complete those 4 assignments in Khan Academy for lesson 7.1 and then 7.3. But once you are added, it will alert me, and I will add those assignments to your account. So that way, So please make sure you get those in, because I can't assign them to you until you join the Khan Academy class. But I'm doing this for just kind of some of our assignments here, just to give it a little bit more diversity than an online textbook, because I know it's not the funnest thing, but some of our lessons do require them. I know lesson 7.2 did require Khan Academy or the online textbook because there were no resources on Khan Academy, but we'll get through it. So I just wanted to kind of also discuss a little bit, because this is the last lesson of Module 7, and then we'll be taking our Unit 3 test. So I just kind of wanted to review that a little bit. So tomorrow, April 1st, if you're watching this on the day that I assigned it, you'll be taking the Module 7 quiz. So what I did was I will assign a review of Module 7 from Khan Academy. I'm going to make that extra credit optional. Would I suggest it? Yes. It's some great review just over Module 7 to help you right before you'll take the quiz over it. But again, I'm making it extra credit. I would also suggest that because it is extra credit to do that. But it is Khan Academy. It's a couple of questions over Module 7. That's up to you. And then I'm requiring you to take the Module 7 quiz on this new program called EDU Elastic or EDU Elastic, something like that. And it's basically kind of a more enhanced way, a bunch of different more options to answer the questions, more technology, and so that way I could add my own questions. So you will take that as your quiz, and again, there's a review. When we come back after spring break, because remember, during spring break, you don't have any e-learning, we're going to log on to Khan Academy, and we are going to do we're going to review over Unit 3, which is Module 6 and 7, and that will be in Khan Academy for the review. It will say it's a quiz, but I'm not really taking it as one. I'm just taking it as a regular review assignment. And then we'll take the Unit 3 test. I believe that's going to be done through the online textbook. So just have a heads up. But make sure you stay on top of math. Also, my final message before I get started is to make sure you're doing the assignments in order that they are. If you're taking the quizzes because they're easier than listening to notes and then reviewing, you're kind of, not using the resources to your advantage because you've just missed on all the notes. And the whole point of the quizzes is to make sure you're understanding stuff through the notes. But if you aren't listening to it, of course, you aren't going to understand it. So please make sure that you are doing the assignments in the order they are assigned in and trying to stay on top of it, because that is very important that you are. Now that I've given my whole message there about some important stuff, let's get started into lesson 7.3. Let me grab my end of notes here because I did not prepare for that. But if you have any questions over any of that, or you're super confused about what I just said, please ask so I can help you with that. I just wanted to make sure we are all kind of on the same page about this. So, why is it doing that? I guess I'll go back into select mode. There we go. Okay, so lesson 7.3 is solving two-step inequalities. Example 1. Serena wants to complete the first 3 miles of a 10-mile run in 45 minutes or less, running at a steady pace. The inequality 10 minus 0.75p is less than or equal to 7 can be used to find p, the pace in miles per hour she can run to reach her goal. Solve the inequality, then graph and interpret the solution. So first of all, it actually gave us an equation. It already gave us the inequality itself. So, because it's already done that, we can actually just let's solve for that. So first thing we're going to do is 2 steps. We're going to subtract 10 from both sides just as if it was an equation. This cancels out. It gives us negative 0.75p. It's less than or greater to what is negative 3. Yes, and then we're going to divide by negative 0.75. Remember, we divide by a negative, which means that this sign has to flip. So now we're going to flip the sign. When we divide, this crosses out. It gives us p is now greater than or equal to 4. That is our solution. We erase some of this so that way I can plot it. And then we're going to go on 4. It has a line underneath it. So it's a solid. We're looking at its direction. It is going in this direction. And there you go. I didn't tell you to interpret the solution, but if it does ask, for some reason I forgot to add that, but if it does ask you to interpret the solution, it means what does that mean? P is greater than or less than 4. It's just saying it's basically wants to complete in 45 minutes at a steady pace, which means she'd have to go at 4 or more miles to reach her goal. Okay. Example 2. At Gas and Wash Gasoline, it should say gasoline. My apologies. Gasoline sells for $4 a gallon, and a car wash costs $12. Harika, that's a unique name, wants to have her car washed and keep the total purchase under $60. The inequality gives us an inequality. 4G plus 12 is less than 60 can be used to find G, the number of gallons of gas you can buy. Determine which, if any of these values, is a solution. So now it's actually giving us some solutions. So this one, actually, okay, I'm going to remind myself to fix that because that will get on my nerves. So what we need to do is we have our inequality. 4G plus 12 is less than 60. That is our inequality. Here, though, here it's giving us which of these solutions could be true. And it's basically saying how many gallons of gas can she buy under 60? Could she buy 10, 11, or 12? Because from what we can interpret by reading, we're assuming G, if we're doing a let statement, we would say let G represent the amount of gallons of gas she can buy with keeping it under 60. Now, we aren't putting a line underneath it because she doesn't want to spend exactly 60. She wants to spend under 60. So that also, if we had to write it, could tell us that we don't want a line because she's not saying that she's willing to spend 2. So what we're going to do is we're just actually going to plug in these numbers. Ooh, I'll use this one. 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to plug it into our inequality. So, for the first one, we are going, that's unfortunate. We're going to do 4 times 10 plus 12 is less than 60. This gives us 40 plus 12 is less than 60. 52 is less than 60. That is true. So she could buy 10 gallons of gas and get under $60. So let's look at the next one. 4 times 11 plus 12 is less than 60. This is 44 plus 12 is less than 60, which gives us 56 is less than 60, which is true. So she could buy 11 gallons. Can I go over more? Oh, that's nice. So now we're going to do 12. 4 times 12 plus 12 is less than 60. I knew it would cut me off there. This is 48 plus 12 is less than 60, which gives us 60 is less than 60. That is not true. If it had the line underneath it, it would be true. But remember, she wants to spend under 60. So, she can't spend 12. Remember, this is 12, this is 11, and this is 10. She can spend 10 gallons, she can spend 11 gallons, but she cannot spend 12 gallons. She can't, not $12. She can't get 12 gallons of gas, which tells us that she can get 11 gallons of gas. Okay? So, because remember, there's no line underneath it. If it was a line underneath it, then yes, she could get 12. She couldn't get any more than 12, though, because then she'd go over. But again, under 60 is the key word, and the inequality will tell us that. So she can do 11. I'm going to do lasso select just to kind of get everything. There we go. Oops, I'm still on lasso select. Now we're going to check it to make sure it's true. So, remember we had 4g plus 12 is less than 60 is our inequality. We're going to solve it to see what is, we're basically just going to solve it. So we're going to subtract 12 from both sides, which gives us 48. Oh, well, this cancels out, so this is 4g is less than 48. We're going to divide by 4. Cancel out, it gives us g is less than 12. We're going to go on 12. Now, for this example, if we remember the story problem, it's about buying gallons of gas. Can she buy negative gallons of gas? No, she can't, if you remember that. She can't get any more than no gallons at all. So, we don't want to, because remember, if we have a number line, we have 1, 2, 3. If we put it on 3, normally we'll go and we'll do that, meaning it's infinite. No matter whatever numbers are, but it will always be true. But in this example, she can't get any less than 0. She can't get negative 7 gallons of gas. So, that means when we're drawing this, we will actually stop at 0 and draw a circle and fill it in. Because she can only get 0 to 12. Those are our solutions. Okay, she can't go over 12. 12, not 13. She can't go over 0. So that is our solution. So G is less than 12. Okay, but remember again, if she wanted to go under 60, she could only get 11, but if she wants to spin up to 60, she can do 12. Okay, so there is all my notes for you about module 7. Actually, it's the whole module, and writing two-step equations. So again, in Canvas, this will be your 4 assignments in Khan Academy. This is actually what the unit test for 3 review exam. So that please don't think of this as the actual unit test. This will just be the review. So on review day, we'll do like this. I know it says, and then you'll take the test, I believe, on the online textbook. But again, you have to give it a second to load. But then again, so Module 7 quiz will be all the information on Canvas. There's the optional review for extra credit on Khan Academy that I'll assign. And then you'll take the quiz itself. Then we will have, when we come back from spring break, online, of course, sadly, we will do the review. And then that'll be on Khan Academy. That'll be required. And then we'll take the unit test on the online textbook. So again, remember the Module 7 quiz is on ED Elastic. You've probably used it before. I've used it before with my kids, but if you haven't, there's the link. Your login information is the same as Canvas. Please don't use the Google login because I didn't do that because I couldn't figure out how to set that up. But you'll just click on this link. You'll sign in with your same information as Canvas. Log in, take the quiz, and I will put that in the grade book. Remember, you can always retake the module. You can always retake any quizzes. for me. So you can do you and retake that quiz. So again, I know it's a lot of information, but if you need help, message me on Canvas. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Miss you all, and have a great day.